Aloha guys, this is Joyce from Enjoy Scrappin' 2, and today I'm going to be making a card with Gerda Steiner stamps, Kitty in the Heart, and I'm going to make this into a shaker card. Here I printed out this Kitty in the Heart. This is a digital stamp on this watercolor paper, and I just put four right there close together. And here it is. There's a larger view. So this is one stamp, and of course you can resize it and duplicate it however way you like. And that's the great part of a digital stamp. You can manipulate the sizes and things like that. So this is super cute. I love this cat in the heart. So I printed it out and then I cut it using the Simon Says stamp um, stitched square die. I'm sorry, stitched square die. Here I have another piece of pink cardstock that I also cut using the same die. Here I have some pencil marks here. I left it on just to show you guys what I did. So I went ahead and measured out the size of the square, and I think it's about 3 3/4 of an inch. And then I marked the center and then just put a little mark there, and then again the same thing on the other side. So I marked the center and then I went ahead and just drew a line. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is just gonna be a guideline so I can cut out the squares. These are individual squares that I cut using the same die set. So I just got one of the smaller of the square and I just ran it through my Big Shot 4 times. So I just basically eyeballed where the placement of the little squares were. I wanted to create a window for these cats. Here I have another piece of pattern paper cut using the Mama Elephant's fan frame die. And I'm going to be using my new favorite mini distress inks. These are awesome. It doesn't take up that much space on my desk, so I love it. So now I'm going to wet the background. I want to start on the background first. Here I'm wetting the background. I want the background to be really wet because I wanted these colors that I'm putting in the background, I wanted to kind of mingle and mix. But what had happened was as I was filming, I didn't realize that the camera died. And then by the time I realized it died and I changed out the camera, my paper had already dried out. So what you want to do if you want the colors to move around freely, you want the paper to be kind of really wet. So it just kind of travels where all the wet area is. I'm using tumble glass and peacock feathers. Originally I wanted the tumble glass all on the background, and then I wanted just the peacock feathers to be just on the outer edges, so it kind of is dark, and then it kind of in the center it'll kind of move and then get lighter. That's the effect that I was going for, but it didn't work out. And I only had one of this printed out, and so I just went ahead and just finished it up. So you can put different color backgrounds. There's a lot of options you can do. So now I'm drawing up my piece, and as you can see, I taped down the sides using some washi tape. I like to do that when I'm putting a lot of water so that the paper doesn't warp as much. So now I'm going to be coloring in the heart portion. Here I have three shades: pickled raspberry, worn lipstick, and spun sugar. I was going to use all three colors for the hearts using my blender pen, but I only decide to use only one color at the end, so I only end up using the pickled raspberry. So here I'm going to show you how I colored it, just um, one or two, but then after that I'm going to turn the camera off and then color the rest, because it's coloring 4 images, so it kind of took a while. So what I did was I loaded up the brush with the color, and then I put it down where I want it to be the darkest. And then from there I kind of made my shadow areas. And then if I have too much color on my brush, then I would just scribble it off on the paper, scratch paper, and then go ahead and color in the lighter portion. And I just go back and forth to achieve the color and the depth that I want. So what a blender pen is it's kind of like, there's no color on these pens, and you can use it to watercolor, so you can use with a lot of different mediums, a water soluble type. So after coloring in all the hearts, and now I'm going to color the cats, and again I'm going to show you how I colored one, and then I'm going to come back with the rest of it colored. I'm using two colors, pumice stone and black soot. So here I'm going in with all the pumice stone. And then I'm kind of now putting where I want the darker areas to be. I don't know if you can see, but I put spun sugar right there for the cheeks, but I decided it was too light. I wanted the cats to have really rosy cheeks, so I used more lipstick. And here I'm using the black soot, very little of it, to give little bit more depth. And as you can see on the two kitties, I kind of put some black spots on them. I thought it'll be fun that they don't all look alike. So I put some patches on their faces and their little ears and hands. So now I'm using the Tombow glue to glue down this acetate that I cut with the same size as the window. You'll probably see me fuss around with this. It's because as I was gluing it down, some of the glue got onto my scratch paper. I didn't realize it. And then it got on the acetate. So I could see the little bit of the glue kind of residue. I try to get rid of it, but I really couldn't. I keep trying. But I mean, at the end, I get rid of it. But right here, you can just, I don't know if you can see it. So I color the outer edge of the heart, the frame of the heart, using Copics R29. And then now I'm attaching the yellow chevron design paper onto my card base. Because I had a lot of pinks on the cat, that's why I chose the yellow chevron. So now I put all the foam adhesive in this window panel, and now I'm filling it with some confetti, some 4mm Pretty Pink Posh sequins, and the 3mm Simon Says Moonshine sequins. And here I'm adding in some seed beads just to give a little bit of color. And these are the Stampin' Up sequins. I wanted to pick out all the hearts, which I should have done ahead of time, but I didn't realize that that's how I wanted it until I was ready to add these. So I decided to add just a little bit of stars too. I didn't want to add too much of this because I didn't want it to cover up a lot of the kitties. Then I took the backing off and I put the kitties. So it's it's really cute. It's really uh, I like it. So I'm gluing down the shaker portion to the card. I'm kind of slanting it a little bit. I have the sentiment stamped out. It says, I freaking love you. It's a Stampin' Up! Stamp set, last year's Valentine's collection. But I think this is a really funny sentiment. So I stamped it out on this shimmery white cardstock. And I punched it, and this is my finished card. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.